This brand is called Gateway1. Is a Danish design, but like many things others is made in China. But yeah, they are a really tough welly. Of course, there is different models, but the one I'm wearing all the time is called the Pheasant Game, which is this one. I wouldn't know as much as the technical bit of the welly. To me, a welly is a welly. You need to jump in it and walk and work. That's as simple as that the welly has to do. But they are very, very comfortable. And they have something that which, when I go to a shop, I emphasize quite a bit, which is something called Japanese rubber. It means it's not necessarily Japanese, the rubber, but it's the technique they use. In the fishing boat, they use the big nets, and then they have the wheels in the bottom of the nets that drags on the seafloor. That wheels is made of rubber, which is laminated on top of each other. But if there's nothing to hold that wheels, it starts to delaminate. So the Japanese fishermen start putting cotton mesh in between the rubber to squeeze it, so the rubber touches each other, glues itself, but there is a membrane of cotton webbing in the middle. So instead of the rubber delaminate, it just wears and keeps wear. So it makes the rubber a lot tougher. So that's what they use on the front of the boot. And other thing as well is a misconception. We need to treat rubber, right? Rubber is almost a living thing. It's not quite, but it is. And as I mentioned to Dave, the worst we can do is put the heater on the car. So you dehydrate the rubber and you come outside, you wet it, and then you go back in, dehydrate, and then it appears cracks. Not just on rubber wellies, but on boots, on everything. It cracks because dehydrates. If you don't treat it, the welly gonna go, and then it's not the manufacturer's fault, but it's our own because they don't look after the stuff. They're not the lightest, but if you have a very light welly, they tend to break quicker. So this one is a bit more durable. It's a smart well as well. Another unique feature that the Pheasant Game has is they have, even though if you have the side zip, you still have the gusset. So there's no excuse for the foot doesn't go in, right? Or the leg, or the calf. If you have a bigger calf, you can adjust the gusset. Other thing is, for example, that smart things that I like is, if I try to open this zip, it just has kind of a block here. It doesn't open. So, but if we, with a finger, if we squeeze it, and opens. People nowadays, especially in Scotland, nobody buys wells if you're not neoprene. So this one is a 5mm neoprene. This one is in the back here. It's called a Sportsman 2 with Prime 1 camouflage. They are a 4mm neoprene. That's a cheaper welly. It doesn't have the Japanese rubber, so is why it's cheaper. And it just doesn't have a zip. It's only a gusset in the back. A nice welly. That one retails for £200. The Pheasant Game, ladies or men, doesn't matter, with a zip. And this one retails with a Prime 1 retails for 140, 150 pounds. But they do have it the same with khaki, the same color, well, darker than this one, but khaki, which is retails for 119, 120 pounds. Yeah, tough boots, tough wellies, and that's what you need, because we are actually in a waste consumption world nowadays. We use and throw it away. So if something can last a little bit longer, that's better.